Tony Plahetsky, along with Ella McCarthy and Alex Driggers. This story in The Statesman, my hat is off.
Boy,
this is what journalism is supposed to be about.
Inflammatory, what's going on here. Austin leaders use taxpayer funds for Sweet Green solo lunches, steak dinners, and upgraded flights, all which are against the city's stated policies.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And he starts off these three reporters by talking about something that Mayor Watson said. Here's a quote from March 5th. If the keyboard warriors want to troll through the city of Austin budget to find actual inefficiencies and waste, I'm all for it, because we're going to need everything we can find in this coming budget cycle. Well, when you say something like that, when you say something like,
snarky,
we should release the Epstein files, somebody's going to say, okay, let's do it. So the Statesman decided, and this is to their great credit, to go in and look. Listen to this. In the days and weeks that followed, Austin's top administrator, city manager T.C. Broadnax, began or continued to charge lunches, his personal lunches, not business lunches, to his city credit card on a near daily basis. And let me see if I've got this straight. T.C. Broadnax makes $488,800.
One of the best in the country.
Let me say that again. T.C. Broadnax makes $488,800, and he charged on his first year $3,300 back to the taxpayers who don't make anything close to that in many cases, from Sweet Green, a salad chain where he averaged $20 per order.
And Lynn,
that's a fireable offense, in my opinion.
The city council's own policies prohibits routine meals, and said food purchases must serve a business purpose. Quote, account holders are advised to avoid the appearance of impropriety when spending city funds. Remember that all data in the ProCard program is subject to open records requests. There's over 2,000 city employees that have city-issued credit cards.
Yeah, that was my next column. 2,000 people have city credit cards, and look at the example being set by the very wealthy, because his salary is nearly $500,000 a year, and I bet he's got perks on top of that, city manager T.C. Broadnax, who ought to be setting the example.
I say we need to put a freeze on any spending increases.
I'd cancel every damn one of those credit cards.
Cancel the credit cards. Amen. Is the public trust at stake here, or what?
Well, Jim, this is to me an example of the elitist attitude that so many people have. And I know you don't like me saying this, but it pervades Congress too. It's awful. City leaders defend their spending habits. Well, I obviously want to be healthy.
Is what Broadnax said, literally.
Let me do that again. Ask Broadnax. Okay, you're using the city's taxpayer money, much of it paid by people who don't make even a tenth of what you make, or maybe a tenth. And you're saying, well, I obviously want to be healthy.
That is inappropriate. And then he even went further. Weeks later, he sent the Statesman a statement that showed a change of heart and said he'd repay those expenses.
Does that make it okay if he repays the expenses?
That's $3,780 solo.
And the city is in a major budget crunch.
Yeah.
Broadnax just proposed a $6.3 billion austerity budget. You know what? I live under an austerity budget, except when I lose bets around here.
That's okay.
Watson charged a working lunch 9 times during Broadnax's first year. That's not much compared to Broadnax. Here's what Watson told the Statesman. The work at City Hall is constant and has us in our offices many days and often during meal times. Each of us must use good and professional discretion on what we do and how we pay for meals. Is that part of their deal, that they get their meals paid for?
No, I read it earlier, Lynn, just a minute ago. It says the policy prohibits routine meals and said food purchases must serve a business purpose, such as emergency operations, and Broadnax is having $3,780 of solo lunches. You can't have a business meeting with yourself. And as you mentioned, after Watson's snarky comment about keyboard warriors wanting to go through the budget, they even had Cal Jillison, the SMU politics professor, review some of Broadnax's expenditures, and he said that they appear to violate city policy because they were routine. It's never appropriate to use city funds to pay for employee meals.
The only one they found that didn't spend a dime on her food during her last 8 months in offices was Mackenzie Kelly.
Yes.
The Republican. We don't have a Republican anymore. That means we don't have anybody on the council who doesn't want to spend this money.
So now, what Democrats
I'd like to see somebody come forward. If a city member of the city council is listening, you got our number. We'll be glad to talk about how you don't spend any.
Mackenzie Kelly always called for an audit of city expenditures.
Yes, she did. Look at Jesus Garza. In 14 months, he spent $850 on a dinner at Three Forks.
I'll take $840. That's
$850. That's one dinner.
These others, but this is out of control.
One of his top lieutenants spent $2,000 on a public safety retreat at the exclusive Headliners Club. Have you ever been there? The Headliners Club?
Oh, heavens, yes.
You have to be filthy rich to eat at the Headliners Club, don't you, Mr. Carter?
Well, not necessarily, but here's city council.
When was the last time you ate there?
That's personal and privileged.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm just checking.
But here's the line: the city spent $10,000+
Did you pay for it on your own?
I did not. For the Headliners Club membership, what is city council doing since April 2024? Records show the city has spent more than $10,700 in membership fees at the Headliners Club. What in the heck?
Listen to this. Council member Ryan Alter regularly expensed solo meals, doing so more than 70 times at a cost of $1,200.
Again, a solo meal. The policy states that routine meals are discouraged and that account holders are advised to avoid the appearance of impropriety.
Also, Alter, this is Ryan Alter, South District of Congress, of the City Council, sorry. He treated his staff to a taxpayer-funded meal last time, at least 14 times during that year, in one instance expensing a $775 holiday dinner at Comidor, which is a chic Mexican restaurant, for his staff and for their spouses. And here's his rationale for that. My staff works very hard, and their families are a part of that. I like to be able to take them out somewhere nice at the end of the year. Then don't make other people pay for it, Ryan. If you want to take them out, spend it out of your own money. You make decent money. You can afford a $775 holiday dinner.
Okay, here's a point that says to be one of the 2,000 city employees who have a credit card, they must pass background checks, complete training, and follow a strict policy that warns against even the appearance of impropriety. So if they've gone through training, they know what the rules are, they know what the policies are. There needs to be repercussions.
There needs to be big repercussions from this.
Absolutely.
Leslie Poole apparently held an office dinner 5 times at Three Forks.
It's a very expensive restaurant. One of the finest in the city, but expensive.
In 2024, the German government gave Leslie Poole more than $1,200 for an airline ticket to Frankfurt for a cultural exchange trip, but she wanted to fly business class, so she charged more than $6,000 extra to the city of Austin, as total flight time was 9 and some change hours each way. Her staff wrote in an email justifying the expense.
Frankfurt, Germany?
That would be the one.
Again,
Jim, what are you beginning to see now? And I realize every single one of these are Democrats.
Absolutely.
Every single one of them are Democrats. They feel entitled. They don't see taxpayer money as something that they need to worry about. It flows freely. They can always go up on taxes, and they're about to hold a tax election probably in order to get more. And this is the way they've acted? No, that election we need to say no.
It's worse than that. It's rules for thee, but not for me.